There we go. We should be good now. My bad, y'all. I don't know what the hell is going on with that, but now we should be good. Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. This is the thing about moving to OBS. Sometimes shit just don't work the way that it's supposed to work. But I'm pretty sure we're good now. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay now. Go. We should be good. We should be okay. All right, now we good. All right. Anyway, y'all. What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm your host there, Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content today, y'all. And the Chicago Bulls are about to get their ass kicked. That's what's going to happen today. The Bulls are about to get mollywopped. No, I don't know. The Milwaukee Bucks aren't playing all that well. And by the way, did y'all see the last couple of games from Ousmane Dieng while y'all was freaking out that the Bulls missed on the next coming of Jesus? Have y'all been paying attention to that? There's so many Bulls. Everybody be loud when they think the Bulls got something wrong, but then get mighty quiet when the shit go left. Y'all were so overreactive to two solid games from Ousmane Dieng. Now the motherfucker came back down to earth. Is looking real normal lately, real regular. He's looking real regular. Is what's happening. But, you know, I just had to point that out because some of y'all was going through some mighty big spirals in regard to Ousmane Dieng, and it didn't even take all that. It didn't even take all that. Now look at him. Looking right back to what we thought he was going to be. Like, y'all be reacting a little bit too much. But nonetheless, man, that's what we're here to do. What's good, Jules? Glad to have you in the building. Little Famo in the building says, hey, I've seen something where it says, since we didn't win in February, increases our chance to get a top 5 pick. Is that true? I mean, yeah, because you lost games. Like, that's what they mean by that, is that you lost games, so your chances increase. But keep in mind, before the All-Star break, the Bulls were, one game below 500? And so now we have a 20% chance at a top 4 pick. We weren't there before. Negativity is easier to spread and gets more clicks. It's always like that. I know, it's so sad. It's so sad, right? And you know, that's just how it works with people. You know, and we have ourselves to blame as a society that has gotten to this point. Because it's so much easier to spread negativity for people. And facts should be what spreads, right? There's just the facts. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's not bad, then it's not bad. Like, let the facts speak for themselves. That's at least the way that I always operate this channel. It is what it is. I let the facts speak. But Ousmane Dieng's looking real regular. Now, I won't watch him cook the Bulls today, and people are going to be right back on oh my God, we missed out on Ousmane Dieng. Oh my God. Out of all the players the Bulls picked up in trades, which players do you see still wearing the Bulls uniform opening day 2026? Oh, Sean, I have a whole episode on that. But Rob Dillingham, because he has a contract, and maybe Jaden Ivey, just because he's a restricted free agent, they can probably get him low. But I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Richards, Gershon Yabusele, Colin Sexton, and Anthony Simons are all gone this time at the start of next season. I would not be surprised at that. At least Ousmane, first of all, that's a wild way to spell that man's name. Ousmane Dieng isn't short, though. Listen, yeah, but if you're bad, it doesn't mean if you're short or you're bad. Patrick Williams isn't short, but he's a bad basketball player. I'm just saying. Just saying. But, you know, we'll see what's going to happen with the Bulls tonight. We'll see how they show up. Yo, Hayes, how do you feel about Okoro's production since the deadline? He earned my respect, honestly. Listen, somebody who isn't a good offensive player is putting up big numbers in a tank. That's not good. To me, that just says he's a tank commander. This will never be Isaac Okoro's role on a winning team. And this is why I'm somebody who's so boisterous about wanting to see young players develop in structure and not just say, oh, we got a bunch of young players, let's just go and give them 15 shots per game. It's because it inflates some shit. It inflates some shit. Everyone looks bad, though. Yeah, but P. Will's always looked bad under every situation. I'm talking about every situation. Even when we were good, P. Will looked bad. So, I mean, that don't say much in regards to him specifically. I'm talking about P. Will specifically in that case. Modest going for 30 today? Yeah, probably. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, he's going to get as many shots as possible as long as he's aggressive and takes them. And don't take him in the mid-range, apparently. So, you know, there's that part of it. Uh, Jaden Ivey, Anthony Simons, Rob Dillingham, Colin Sexton are all benched. Is that? Yeah, well, you know that. Patrick Williams and Jalen Smith are out tonight. I was looking at the wrong injury report. I'm like to say those guys all aren't out. We'll see a weird-ass starting lineup again today. Weird-ass starting lineup. Now watch Ousmane Dane cook Patrick Williams today. That's probably what's going to happen. He'll absolutely cook him. What the fuck? There we go. So we shall see. Like I said, I have no feelings about this game at all. I've removed feelings from the finality of this team. Let's just keep it pushing and see what the season brings us, man. What's going on, Rob? Glad to have you in the building. Just use your actual name. It feels so weird calling you Robert Williams Dane. I know that's not you. Will the Bulls win in March? They'll win it. Like I said, I got them winning this game against the Sacramento Kings. That's at the end of this week, I think. I think they win that Kings game. I don't know. They may win tonight against the Bucks. It's very possible that they could win against the Bucks today. I wouldn't necessarily count it for sure, but there's possible they can win against the Bucks. But the Bulls it's 22 games left. They're very unlikely to lose all 22 games. That would be a 33-game losing streak. That's almost half the season. There's no way. They're going to get a win in here somewhere. There's a win coming somewhere here. Now, where it comes, I have no idea. I'm not going to act like I do, but there's a win coming somewhere in here. So, this team is ass, man. I mean, but it's expected ass, right? Like it's closer ass. Like it's just, let's just get through these 22 games. Let's knock on wood that there's no catastrophic injury to anybody. And let's just make it through these games and move the hell on. That's all I can say. Win these games, move the hell on. Keep it pushing. It helps to have a sense of humor about the badness, though, for me. Anyway. Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, you got to laugh about, be able to laugh about everything. Because shit, like, where we're at as a team is honestly funny. It really is funny where we are as a team. But, you know, you got to just take the good with the bad. It is what it is. There's nothing we as fans could do about it. Bulls could lose 30 straight, and AK would say they're giving in the best effort they can. Well, no, AK knows what I mean, he's the one that set this. He knows, and they could be giving the best effort possible. I mean, it's a tanking team. Like, this roster is not constructed well at all. So yeah, they could actually be giving the best effort and still be getting their asses smacked because there's not a lot of good out there to have. Josh Giddey has not been himself at all yet either, which is a big thing with this all as well. Hey, the Bulls suck ass. They not winning. LO, expecting them to win is like waiting for me to walk. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. They're going to win a game, man. There's no way they're going to lose every single game. That's just not going to happen. I'm not saying they're going to win this game, but they're not going to lose every game the rest of the way. Remember when our goal was to be above 500? Man. And I even said that then. Remember, I was like, you know, getting to 100 is a low bar. Can you stay above 500? And the Bulls said, oh, Hayes, hold our beer. Fuck no, we're not staying above 500. Matter of fact, we're not seeing 500 again at least until 2027. Gonna need lottery luck. Listen, here's the thing. This draft is so deep. I'm not even worried about, like, if we get lottery luck, great. That helps tremendously. So I'm not gonna act like I don't want lottery luck. But this draft is so deep, like, just get the right pick wherever you pick at. Get the right guy. This is a very, very talented draft. A lot of talent in this draft. Get the guy, whatever, when you're on the board, wherever you're on the board at, get the motherfucker that makes the most sense for your team, and it turns out to be the best player based off where you're drafted at. AK decided we were taking Jerry and Billy be damned. Listen. Well, we're going to see what happens with Billy Donovan. I hope and pray that somebody at some back room in the United States is like, hey, Billy, we got to get him up out of here. Like, let's just get his ass up out of here. That's all I can do is hope and pray for that. Is it going to happen? No. Billy Donovan's probably going to be here next season. We're going to be seeing him chew gum on the sideline and draw up bad inbounds plays for another 2 years. But, you know, a brother can hope. I agree, but we got to trust AK to do that, and sometimes that's hard to do. Oh, yeah, facts. I mean, listen, it's not easy to do no matter who you are. But you have more trust that somebody's going to be able to do it because of the history that they've shown. The history that AK shown leaves no room for trust in that at all, not at least in my opinion. So, hey, that's the world that we live in. We live in a place where we gotta hope AK gets this shit right. We gotta hope that he gets right. And I'll say this, that even goes if we do get in the top 4. Let's say we do get some lottery luck and in the top 4. Do you think one of the guys in the top 4 is not going to live up to expectations? That's just the reality. There's going to be one of those guys in the top 4 that, be it through injury, through they're just a solid starter and not a star, or be through that they're just an outward bust. There's going to be one of those guys that fall into one of those categories. And I would say the Bulls have a huge chance to pick that guy, even if they do wind up in the top 4. I'm more worried about the Portland pick conveying rather than where our own pick falls. I mean, hey, I can understand with that one, but here's the thing. I'm worried about it all because, like, you still got to get shit right. Like, you can throw all the picks in the world. If you're bad at drafting, you're going to be bad at drafting. And right now, they're 2.5 games back of the 8th seed in the West, I think. So, but yeah, all Bulls fans should be rooting for Portland the rest of the way. Root for Portland the rest of the way. If the Bulls do a soft rebuild this year, they definitely going to want Billy to stay next year and on. They're going to want Billy to stay regardless. Billy ain't going nowhere unless Billy wants to go somewhere. Who should the Bulls draft if they get a top 10 pick? Well, it depends on where they draft at. Do you think Billy knew this stuff was coming? Oh, listen, one thing that they've said so much about Billy and AK is that it's very collaborative between the coaching and the front office. So I don't believe that AK didn't tell Billy Donovan, like, hey, this is the route that we're going at the trade deadline. This is what we think we're going to do. Billy knew it was coming. I refuse to believe that Billy didn't know that this was coming. Now, I'm not saying that Billy – I don't think anybody in the Bulls front office or in the organization knew that this was the route that they were going to go at the start of the season. But once they made that decision, they looped Billy Donovan in. I fully do believe that. This is an early game. Yes, it is. You're going to see more early Sunday games now that football's done. So you're going to see more and more early Sunday games. So now that doesn't mean it's always going to be the Bulls, but if the Bulls do play on Sundays and just generally around the NBA, you're going to see more and more early Sunday games because the NFL is done now. I feel like AK would want to draft Boozer if we moved up to get to any of the top 3 spots. What makes you say that? Like, I'm just interested in what makes you say that, because typically, even when AK has gone forward, he's gone more athletic forwards. Cam Boozer really isn't an athletic guy. Now, he's talented, but he isn't really an athletic guy. And AK's typically drafted players as well that project as two-way players. Like, think about it. Modest is probably the one that's outlined to that. But Dalen Terry, projected as a two-way player. Julian Phillips, projected as a two-way player. Ayo Dosunmu, two-way player, right? So, like, Noah Essengay, two-way player. So I don't know if Cam Boozer really fits what we've seen AK draft in, personally. And listen, I'm not saying that I'm like, it's the end-all, be-all because I think that, because who knows what the fuck AK is doing. But I think AK leans more towards two-way guys that project to be two-way guys, and Cam Boozer really isn't that at all, really. Come to think of it, like, the only, like, player that AK drafted that was, like, you looked at and you're like, offense is the thing, there's Marco. And that was in the second round. And, maybe I'm tripping. I know Ayo was a scorer in college, but Ayo was always solid defensively. This is my thought on it. All second-round picks for cash consideration. I don't think all of them. There's going to be some of them, though, for sure. I like Booster, Wilson, avoid Peterson. AJ's the guy. If we have the number 1 overall pick, AJ DeBonsa is the guy that I want them to draft. Oh, wow, I didn't get to watch the daily. Noah coming back. So he's back practicing, but he's not going to make a return this year. He's back practicing, though, which is really good. Do you think Boozer could be Jokic? Fuck no. What the hell? Hell no. Like, listen, Cam Boozer's a very talented player. I want to make no mistake about it. But Jokic? Fuck no, bro. Like, he doesn't have the size, the passing ability, or the rebounding ability to be Jokic. He's going to be a damn good player, though. But a one-way player, I just don't think he's going to be a two-way player, personally. This is my personal opinion. Man said, can Boozer be Jokic? It's crazy. That's wild, my boy. I have no idea what Lynx is laughing at. I don't know if I said something crazy laughing at one of you guys. Have no idea. I feel like Boozer's the safest of the three, and AK can't afford another Patrick Williams. See, I don't think that because Cam Boozer isn't athletic. And he's not a defensive player. And while Cam Boozer right now is a really good scorer, he's going to have difficulty getting that shot off, at least to start in the NBA. I can't say that I feel like he's the safest. I think if you're talking about safe, I think Darren Peterson's probably the safest guy because I do think Darren Peterson at minimum is going to be Darren Peterson at minimum is going to be 20 to 25 point per game scorer in the NBA. I don't know what he's going to be defensively. I don't know what he's going to be passing wise, but at the bare minimum, I think he's going to get that. That's just my personal opinion. But we shall see. We shall see what's going to happen here. And that's why, drafts are always about like how not just what you see in the player now, but also how they project and what they turn into. And that's why I like a guy like AJ so much because I think AJ is also going to be a guy that probably at minimum is probably going to be a 20, 22, 25 point per game scorer, but he has more pride defensively. And while he's not a great on-ball defender yet, I do think that AJ is going to be one of those players that is going to take pride in learning to be a better defender as things go on. That's my personal opinion. It would be so great to get the Portland pick and use it to snatch the best center in the draft. If we get the Portland pick, then what happens is that AK can, with the first pick, our own pick, can go best available, and he can do his thing with the Portland pick where he goes a high upside player or, a more raw player. Best of both worlds. And then you still have the Pelicans pick as well, which is going to be like the second or third pick in the second round. So you have that. You have that part of it. So we shall see what's going to happen there. We shall see. We shall see. But all right, y'all, get ready to wrap it up. I will be back post-game show. No live calls, no more the rest of the season because I'm not live calling this Bolshevik. But I will be back post-game. We'll talk about what happened, what the Bulls did, what they didn't do, and how bad we lost. So make sure you guys are following us at Bulls Central Pod. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'll catch you guys post-game show. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.